Now, getting back to an album that's yours, and yours alone, Captain Fantastic, the Brown Dirt Cowboy, which is to be released.
Brown Dirt Cowboy. Brown Dirt Cowboy.
Hold it there.
Hold it there.
That's the new cover, folks.
Took me 6 years to crochet that.
What can we expect on that album?
Filth.
Keep rolling, everybody.
No, seriously, it's a story type album. It's the first story album that Bernie and I have ever written. It's basically about us two, how we met, so that nobody will ever ask us again, how did you and Bernie get together? And I'll just give them a copy of the album. It's a, I'm Captain Fantastic, of course, and he's a Brown Dirt Cowboy. Put him in his place. It's just about all the experiences that we had trying to make it before we made the Empty Sky album, and like the disappointments about the songs being refused, and all the people trying to sign you up for life and things like that. And it's about 50 minutes of music on it, and I really sincerely think it's the best thing we've done, because it was easier for me to write the songs because they were more personal. I could relate to every single song there was that Bernie handed to me. There's a lot of very, very personal songs about Bernie and I in it too, which the sort of things like "Someone Saved My Life Tonight" and things like that, which are very sad songs. A lot of very sad songs on the album.
With Bernie, he's a lot of the songs are about. Yes, why not?
What a lovely sight. I noticed I had him blurred on the album cover so that he doesn't get too much attention.
But does he really think of himself, in his fantasies, as being a cowboy, from Tumbleweed Connection going right through the albums?
Well, he changes a bit. He was in the Tumbleweed period. He's still very fascinated with Americana, and he still likes it a lot. But he wears suits a lot now. He's changed a bit. He's like all of us. We all go through phases of liking things, and we still like them, but we go on to other things. He's still pretty funky, the little lad. He's going to come to Australia with me if I drag him next time. We're coming in January, February, January or February, and I'm going to drag him over because it's about time he came.
And talking about liking things,
I'm not going to bring him over in drag. That's what I'm going to drag him over.
Leave that to us.
No, thank you.
Talking about liking things, 3 years ago.
Yes.
When you were out here on your first tour, 3.5 years ago, you were rather struck with Daddy Cool and their talent, and especially Ross Wilson as a songwriter. So much so that you went back to England and encouraged John Baldry to record Come Back Again.
Yeah, I tried to get it to Ringo too, but I don't think he ever got it, because I thought it would have been great for him to do. I thought that band was probably one of the most impressive bands I've ever heard. When I first heard them, I just went. Eagle Rock is still one of my favourite tracks of all time. And I was in Hollywood when they were over there, and I saw it just crumble, and it made me very, very sad because it was handled so badly. And I think they were one of the most impressive groups that I'd ever heard. Initially I was so excited. That tour I went and bought 15 copies of Eagle Rock in a record shop in Sydney. I took it back to England and gave it to all the disc jockeys there.
You've got about 100 copies of Come Back Again in Brisbane, I think.
Yes, I thought they were tremendous. Yeah.
Now we've got a new group out here.
Skyhooks.
Right.
Yeah.
Which has been produced by Ross Wilson.
Well, I haven't heard it, but I'm dying to hear it.
Are you always like this wherever country you go to, ready to sort of listen to new stuff that you may not have heard before? Yeah.
With Australia, I think Australia is the most promising country because you always hear something here. I always hear something that I like here. If you go to Yugoslavia, which I've never been, I shouldn't think you'd hear much there. But it's growing in Europe. Europe barriers are gradually being broken down. There's a Japanese band now called the Sadistic Mika Band that are very, very good. And it's, it doesn't have to be American or British to be good now, which is very good. It's very boring. There's so many good continental groups. There's a group called Kraftwerk who have got a big top 10 album in the States, and it's an album called Autobahn, which is just tremendous. Great. There's room for everybody.
I'm talking about someone...
As long as they don't get near me.
Talking about...